Well, hello everyone. Man, it has been a while. It's been a minute, and I thought I'd hop on, record a bit of a. I don't know. This is gonna be obviously a very different video than what I've done in the past. I'm not, it's after hours here. I'm watching Robinhood, which IPO'd a few days ago. I've been watching this one, and obviously today it had a really awesome day, and basically my whole thing now is just watching these stocks go and just. I can't trade them, so it's a lesson in patience, I suppose. But I just physically cannot trade them because of my job right now. I'm working at a bank, and I can't do anything. So that's my situation, and I'll be in that same situation for the next basically throughout the rest of this year. But like I've said and said again, and there's nothing like having a job like this where I can say now that I am even more confident that day trading is something that I want to come back to, and I'm sure I'm coming back to it because I think about trading all the time, and it's really what I want to be doing right now. But I am quite young. I'm 21, and so just in the interest of being a student, and I'm trying to get job experience, and I'm not like old enough yet to be able to just kind of be a dropout and just just focus on this. Not quite, but anyway, so yeah, let's get into what we're going to do here. I have several clips that I recorded of live trades that I thought were quite special. And, I did have a lot of cool trades over the last year that I could have recorded live, but, these were the ones where I remembered, like, oh, I should record this. It's funny how many I just forgot to, I just didn't record. I could have recorded all of them, but I honestly just forget. But anyway, so I'll just go in the order. These aren't going to be chronological. This is just going to be in alphabetical order because that's what I have them sorted in this folder. So anyway, some of these you may have seen before because I did show some of these. But anyway, so let's get started. This is a trade that I took on Airbnb. You can see this thing is dropping from 147 down now to below 140. You can see I already took an entry on this. These videos only last 5 minutes, so it's 5 minutes into the past and then to where I hit record the last 5 minutes. So I entered 50 shares here. You get a better look at kind of what the whole day looked like. And you can see it is following some sort of technical pattern. It kind of had a high and then a lower low, lower high, lower low, and it's kind of building in this lower low right now. But you can see this drop is quite dramatic, and these are the dips I love to get in on because this does seem quite irrational. We just got a $2.5 drop, basically almost $3 coming in now from when I just started, when this clip began. So you can see this thing is dropping extremely fast. This is the day after the IPO date, I believe. So definitely still some volatility here, but you can see, look at this volume. This volume really tells you the story that there's a lot of commitment to this move. So you want to, watch out. But you can see I'm down already like $200 just on the 50 shares that I am in for. But you can see, wow, look at this thing start to drop, and here I'm thinking I'm gonna add to this position. When you get such a vertical drop like this, this is so vertical to the downside, there's really not much sense to it. But you can see I added 200 shares. I'll go back there. You can see my fill there in the top right, 135.88. Actually, you won't be able to see that because I'm gonna actually, how should I do this? Yeah, that's gonna be covered up. Anyway, you can see 135.88 is where I kind of got in there, and just so quickly you can see the buyers, once they step in, it's like all the shorts cover, and wham, just like that, back up to 137.45. And you can see here I'm down 300 on the trade or something, and then it pops back up to green, but you're gonna see this thing come all the way back down. I don't get filled, watch right here, it starts to break lower, and you're going to see the same sort of effect come in too. This volume coming in here starts to break lower. You can see I'm down 491 on the day on this stock, and then very, very quickly, wham, reverses, and with 250 shares, that's a huge position. And you can see I'm going to flip forward here, but the rest of this is just taking profit along the way and taking out in increments. And again, I say this all the time in the trading, in my trading, but as steeply as they can come down, they can bounce. So you want to be patient when you do start to see the bounce and what you wanted come through. You do want to be patient, but this did turn out to be a green trade, and here you can see I recorded the clip. And anyway, so yeah, that was an interesting trade there. And then this trade is from the day before. This is 6 minutes into the life of Airbnb IPO'd on this day. And I'm going to scroll forward a little bit here, but you can see, I don't know if you saw, the title of this video is Airbnb Dip Trade. And here you can see it drops from 164, 165, and you can see just how fast this candle drops. And this is, you're going to notice in a lot of these videos, my trades here are, this is part of my strategy, is just buying those really quick dips. But this one I did underestimate just how much this one was going to dip, because you'll watch here as I scroll forward, it's still coming down right here. It touches 150, 155, and you can see I'm down on the trade, but luckily this one does pop back up. I put an order to sell, and I cancel it, and then I'm gonna put it back, I remember. So I cancel it there, and now I put the sell order back. Just gets a little bit higher right there, and I get out. And I actually made money on that trade. And you can see it comes right back down, and I remember the rest of the day Airbnb did come crashing back down, I believe. Actually, yeah, that's what we saw. But anyway, so interesting trade there. Here's a trade. What is this? Dip scalp on AI. See, a lot of these I just don't even know. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. So here, okay, so this was when AI, I don't know if you guys remember that stock C3 AI had quite a lot of volatility. It looks like I'm going to buy this dip. Again, it's just buying the dips. And this one, you've got VWAP there as well. Okay, now it's coming crashing down through VWAP. Typically, you're going to see some buyers step in at this level. And even when you come crashing down through it like that, I mean, personally, I like to buy it. But you can see how quickly I got in and out. I don't even know if you guys saw that, but I honestly missed it. But I joined the bid right there. I see that big drop. That's exactly what I was looking for. I got filled 101.30, and then I put right back out on the ask. And look at that. I got over $1 on that. That was over 200 bucks. So that was like 250 bucks on that trade. Very, very quick. So, looks like I had a pretty nasty day. Oh, actually, on day trading, I'm up 15 bucks, but my account overall. All right, whatever. Someday in the past. All right, so let's take a look. This, I remember, was a good trade, and I think I showed this one in the recap. But you can see, let's see if my entry's here. Yeah, so this one's setting up really nicely, just really bullish. It halted up here, and then opened out of the halt, came down, found support here at VWAP, and is now kind of just consolidating. Just 3 minutes of kind of pullback consolidation, creating that higher low right here, and you're going to see this thing start to take off. And I got a really good entry on this 1277, and yeah, I'm scroll forward a little bit, but you can see this one start to go. I'm taking profits here. This one I remember I could have done a little bit better, but here I took 50 shares out into the halt going up, still holding 100 shares into the halt going up. And I don't know if we're going to get the resumption on this. No, we don't get the resumption. I remember, I think on the resumption, actually this is a stock that had been doing quite well recently too. But anyway, I think in the halt resumption here, I think it did come down a little bit. Maybe I gave back a little bit of profit, but still a profitable trade. Nice trade there. And yeah, just playing the setups, guys. It's really quite simple. You can see this is a really nice setup too. Comes down, has a low here, and then comes up to VWAP, and then here you've got kind of this higher low, but almost like a double bottom, higher low, and then coming up through VWAP, second attempt, breaking through, finding support, stair step, and explode. I mean, that's pretty picture perfect right there. And yeah, that's what we like to see. All right, guys, this is one that I know I've showed before. I'll put the link to the recap on this day in the, I think there'll be a link to it right here or whatever. But oh man, this day, this is the one that gives me nightmares. So just for the record, this was my worst ever day trading day ever. Still is. This is actually a trade. Look, check this out. I was green on this trade, guys. So I'm green on this trade. This trade turns into my worst ever trade, day trading ever, period. Because I did it to myself, and I've talked about it enough. Again, if you want to see the recap, the link was there. But you can see FTFT direct offering. So this one comes out with news, and actually I'll just play this one real time. But you can see I'm green on the trade, and once news comes out, you gotta act fast. And I was being stupid. I think previously when I had been trading small caps before, there hadn't really. I mean, these are always susceptible to news. But I think recently I hadn't really been. There hadn't been news coming out. Just during the day like this. But you can see this drop. I mean, obviously the first thing that you got to be thinking is, has news come out on this name? And you can see the headline right here. The time is 11:06, and you can see the headline right there, 11:06. FTFT announces, whatever, $30 million direct offering, whatever it is. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. So what you'll see in this clip is me, it's halting going down, and you see me. I'm already 500 shares in. I've lost $460. If I had acted fast, on this dip, I'll play this real time again. But if I had done what I'm supposed to do, which is just cut the darn loss, but like right here, say I just, hit sell, I might have lost $300, $350, which in the grand scheme of things is nothing. I mean, even right here, I have the opportunity to sell for like $350 loss, $400 loss. Guys, obviously here you just got to take the hit, but oh man, I made this loss, well, about 10 times worse here than what you see here. So I doubled down another 500 shares, and if this clip did continue, we're not going to get the resumption here. I put a pathetic order to sell all my shares at break even. I mean, this is how stubborn I am in this trade. I mean, this clip right here is just exposing me, is what this is. But anyway, you can see, yeah, not one of my finest trades. Actually, my worst ever trade. So not good. But I doubled down, and then soon after the resumption, I doubled down again or whatever. I did exactly what I shouldn't have done, basically. And if you want to see that recap, it's like a 40-minute, hour-long recap because it was my worst day ever. So of course, I rambled on about it forever. And anyway, so you can go check that out. But not a day I'd rather forget, to be honest. All right, so let's take a look. I don't even know what this is. This is GLSI. I do remember this stock kind of going crazy. I'm going to pan forward, see where the trade is here. All right, this is pretty simple, just me buying a dip. You can see look at the range on this stock. I mean, look at this. This is $5 increments. So this stock is moving like crazy. I just got a partial fill, 77 shares it looks like. And here it looks like very simple. I'm just trying to buy the dip. I think I'm going to get a partial fill here. I got 26 out, still holding 51 shares as it starts to move lower. Giving back profit on the day. But here we get the pop back up, and I take out the rest of my shares for pretty much break even. So that was pretty much a break even trade. So that's one of the ones where if you buy the dip too early, then it can move a little bit lower, and it makes it harder for it to come back up. And but I mean, you can see how buying the dips are just so lucrative. But anyway, interesting trade there. All right, what's this? This is another GLSI. So this one, I don't know. My whole color scheme is different here, but it looks like I'm gonna buy another dip on this. Here, let's play this real time. It's dipping down, and I've got my cursor over join the bid here, 300 shares. So again, you got to think about your share size beforehand. In 300 shares, and bam, the bid steps in right there with me, and I'm right back out. In, out, $200. And you can see, even on here, you can fast forward. Look, it keeps coming down, but I was still able to scalp in and out $200. So that was pretty risky, but that's just kind of my confidence buying these dips on all these stocks. But it looks like, for the most part so far, these clips are really me buying the dip, and you're gonna see it again here. And this one I remember I recorded too, because I mean, this is GameStop, $440. This is a piece of history right here. So I'm already up $150 on this. Right now it's just absolutely surging. Obviously there's an incredible amount of FOMO going on in my head at this point, because I'm not in this stock, and it just went from $270 to $440 in 20 minutes. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So you're gonna watch GameStop. I'm looking for this dip. Look at this thing go, $480, and now here we go. Here's the reversal. I'll play this real time, but you can see thinkorswim is really having trouble with this stock. I mean, you can see the chart is like updating every just maybe under a second, but this is nowhere close to real time. I have a whole video talking about how the charting and thinkorswim is not real time, and you gotta you got to be careful on thinkorswim for sure. But you can see right there, I bought 20 shares on the dip, and you can see it dipped like another 20, 25, $30 beyond where I got in. I don't even know, but you're going to see this thing come all the way back up. But again, that's how good buying the dip is, because the more irrational the sell-off is, the bigger the imbalance is, the more it has to make up for that imbalance. So that's the goal. That's what you're trying to do buying the dip, is take advantage of a huge imbalance. And you don't have to be perfect. If the imbalance is big enough, you don't have to be perfect. And here I wasn't perfect, but here you can see I'm already back green on the trade. I'm not taking it out. My forehead is sweating at this point, but I'm up $140, and you can see it just comes up a little bit more, but this thing's having big swings in either direction. So I'm trying to be patient, but right there, I more than doubled my profit on the day, and it even continued a little bit higher there too. So could have done a little bit better, but anyway, so that's that trade. All right, let's continue. I'm gonna have to censor a lot of stuff in these videos. My account number, everything is just hanging out. All right, so this one, GME, is halted going down. Looks like I'm in for 80 shares already in this halt, and my average price is 137. It's hanging out at 132.30. So yeah, I'm pretty scared. So, but here's the thing, I bought this dip knowing it very well might go in a halt going down, but GME did something that we had obviously something we'd never seen before, but I mean, even intraday, its behavior, look at these big dips, and then it comes all the way back up. Big dip, comes all the way back up. Huge dip, halt going down, resumption, wham, and a new high. It seems like, if you believe in patterns, and you can see all day it's been doing this, but if you believe in patterns, clearly the stock, I mean, right now it looks like if it resumes lower, it's going to have a bounce. That's what it looks like. So, let's just see what happens here. But this is a big dip from 150 down to 132, and at the time this was the highest it had been. So I'm putting my order to sell at 140. I'm looking for a pop back up into at least this area. I think that would be good. I'm playing around with my orders. I don't even know. Sell half at 140, in front of 140. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't remember. It's 139.90. Put an order to sell half. All right. So let's see where this resumption is. And wow. Okay. So look at that. It resumed higher than, you're going to see it resume here in a second, higher than where it halted going down. And that's always a bullish sign. And watch this thing come straight back up. My order, I mean, you can see how laggy TOS is. So this one, I really left a lot on the table. You can see I just let my order get hit because I was like, oh my god, I'm holding 80 shares of GameStop. I think I need to get some shares out. This is too much risk. So I'm out 40 shares, and then as I saw it just up even higher, I'm looking at my P&L. I'm like, it's, the same way you can get irrational dips, you can get irrational pops. So to me, this looked like, whoa, this big pop. But in this moment, I wasn't thinking about the big picture. Look at what it did here, the exact same thing. And if this is any kind of bearing, it might, if it does the same thing here, it could bring us back up to the highs. Wow. Check that out, guys. In one candle, it came all the way back up. Absolutely crazy. So that was just the activity that we saw on GameStop. And yeah, it's totally nuts. But that was a great trade for me. And you'd like to see that up 600 on that. So that's pretty cool. All right. What's next? We're nearing the end here. I've just got a couple more trades to show you. This is an opening bell trade. Guys, I do not trade off the opening bell anymore, and I'm about to show you why. Look at how laggy TOS is off the open. So this stock just opened up. But you can see it hasn't really opened because it's 20,000 share volume, so not much going on here. But I have my buy stop order. Guys, these are so risky. I don't really do buy stop orders anymore, just by the way. I mean, I'm not on TOS anyway. This is risky. This is just risky, I'm just telling you, because right here I get filled. So I got filled 29.72. That's not a bad fill, but look at it already popping up to, but look at how laggy TOS is. So watch this here. Bam, I got filled right there. 29.74. Bam, it's up to $30 right here. I can see on the chart, and it shows me in the red $200, even though I'm in the green 30 cents, 25 cents. So anyway, that's just TOS lag. It's still up to 31, still showing me red there. And then bam, taking out profit, and all of a sudden it's halted going up. This was a continuation play. You can see on the daily chart right here. This is pure and simple. I like this consolidation pre-market, looking for that pop off the open, and I got it. But unfortunately, I do remember that on the resumption here, it did come back down, and I did not escape with nearly as much profit on this one. It did come back down on my last 100 shares. All right, let's look at the last clip. This is the last one I've got. And what is this? Oh, this is a nice one. This is a real nice one. So this one, again, buying the dip, but kind of letting this one play out a little bit more. Here, I'll go back so you can see my entry. This one, you can see I was looking at another stock, and then I'm going through different stocks, and you're gonna see here in a second. I just flip over to SSY, zoom in. I like the setup. Dipping. Bam, I'm in. I'm buying that dip. Pop right back up. I'm up $25 on it already. But this one I want to let play out. I got 500 shares. And yeah, you're gonna see this one really work out for me as well. I took 100 shares out there. I'm taking profit along the way. Second candle brings it higher, but this is exactly what you want to see. At this point, I should not be taking any more profit on this until we get up to 450, and then let it go. But I may take more profit out. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to take more shares out. I think that's a mistake. I don't know. I think I'm nervous. I'm holding 400 shares. It's always good to size down. If you're not feeling comfortable in a trade and you're feeling like you're too stressed, then yeah, definitely I think take size out of the trade. That's a surefire sign that if you're stressed, might have too much on the table. So anyway, looks like I've got 300 shares left. I'm happier with that. Locked in some profit. But now watch this one totally explode. Sorry, I'm like scrolling all around. I hope this isn't too confusing. But bam, it just explodes there to a new high. Take 100 shares off the table. I do want to let this one kind of do its thing and see what this is going to do. Up to 480. Taking more out. Got another 100 shares out there. And yeah, let's see if it breaks. I got out the rest of my shares in front of $5. All right, so that one did halt going up at 540. So again, I kind of missed out a little bit on that one there as it did continue higher. I don't know what it did out of the halt, but anyway, so that was the last trade that I have to share with you guys. Again, I am not trading. I am working a job and I cannot trade, so I'm kind of tied up for the rest of the year, but I'm still watching stocks, and the Discord's still open. I notice people are still watching my old videos, and my subscriber account is still growing, so this is partly kind of just an entertaining video, fun video, and you know, saying hi to new people, whatever. I will return, that is certain. But you know, it's gonna be a while. But again, the Discord's open. My comments are open. I'm very active. I'll still reply to you. Everything. I just will not be doing daily recaps, and videos will be very slow because my mind is not 100% focused on trading. My attention is not 100% focused on trading, but I am still obviously extremely interested in it, and will return to it the second I get the chance, to be honest. So anyway, that's where I stand. I really let's see, how long are we at in this? 25 minutes. So yeah, I don't want to go any longer on this one. But I appreciate you guys, you know, sticking with me, staying subscribed, and yeah, that's all I've got. Join the Discord server, link in the description. Subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you later. I don't really know, but later.